Have you ever had friendly teammates like this on your team in CSGO? Let me know.
I love my pistol Glock. I love Glock.
I'm happy for you, man.
Hey guys, I'm Matt and I love CSGO and Valorant. Just FYI, in case you're looking at this video thinking I'm going to slate both games because I don't like them, I love them. But I do find that sometimes they do affect my mental health, and I focus so much on the game sometimes that it really gets to me when things go wrong, and I have issues with both games, and I'm going to discuss both in this video with some gameplay in the background. So I'm curious to know, actually, if you said that to somebody in a game, what would you expect the response to be? I'm not saying anything wrong with the European Union, but I'm in the EU, and lots of toxic players are on these matches I'm playing, in CSGO especially. Lots of them. I get abuse in a lot of games, so I was not expecting to have such friendly teammates in that particular game. Anyway, there's some clips of that in the background. I'm going to have some clips of Valorant then later on when I discuss in Valorant. So if you're new, hit the like button. You're definitely new because this is one of my first videos. Anyways, let's get into it. So, okay guys, so I'm going to have timestamps in the description anyway for different sections of what I'm about to discuss. I hope that you'd have the decency to listen to what I have to say before you start slating me in the comments, or if you would like to give your own opinion then as well, I'd appreciate that. And you know, we all have different experiences, our minds are different, whatever. But I'm just going to go on a bit of a rant here now, and if you're interested in these games, I'm sure you know what I'm about to say is going to be somewhat interesting to you. So first, anyway, in relation to CSGO, I want to discuss the skins. So why, you might ask, would skins in CSGO be bad for my mental health? Alright, so I'm just going to discuss that now, right? So basically, alright, so CSGO is a free-to-play game. You can pay €15 for Prime status, which means that you're matched with other people who are willing to pay €15 for Prime status. It kind of weeds out a lot of cheaters and trollers. Well, it's supposed to anyway. But yeah, so I would definitely recommend that if you're playing the game. Also, Valve then makes their money through CSGO Skins, and by God do they make money. How can it affect my mental health? Well, basically, if I'm playing a game, I'm willing to invest money into it. You know, to make it more enjoyable, I'm playing the game for hours on end, especially now during COVID-19 and stuff. So, you know, everyone who plays the game wants skins. A lot of people aren't willing to invest much into these games, but I am personally, and I know lots of people are. So, if for some reason you're not familiar with CSGO, you don't just buy them. They're not just available to buy. At first, people have to unbox them from cases, which are basically loot boxes, plain and simple. You get dropped some cases during the game, but you can't just open them. You have to pay $2.20 to open them. That's in euros. And you are given, it's basically a lottery, like, you know. Obviously, you want the most rare item, which is usually the knife or gloves, or the covert rifles, covert weapons, which are in the cases. These are more expensive when they go onto the Steam market because they're rare. So obviously everyone wants the rarest item and the ultra rare knives and gloves, but you just have to get lucky. So then again, even if someone does unbox a rare item, it could come in battle scarred condition, which is something that they don't want. Everybody wants the factory new stat track. Sometimes, most of the time, you'd want stat track. Yeah, stat track basically tracks your kills. So everyone wants factory new, at least. Everyone, like, you know, there's no point in lying unless it's some sort of a fancy battle scarred, like a battle scarred Asimov up or whatever, we call it Blackamov. They go for loads of money because they're rare as well. Why does this affect me? Well, like, the rare skins in CS are basically a flex to show off. Basically, that's what they are. Like, if you have an emerald, a gamma doppler emerald karambit, that's worth a fortune. Like, everyone's just asking you straight away, how'd you get that? Did you unbox? Did you buy it? It's a big flex is all it is. So people who have money to throw away have these knives and have these gloves, and I don't know, people who are sponsored, like professionals and stuff, I presume, are getting these expensive skins from CS money as well. Maybe they're investing themselves, I'm not sure, but I'm sure they're getting these skins donated to them by these skin companies who are sponsoring the big events and stuff. So like, you know, I'm Irish, I wanted to set up a green inventory. Most of the green stuff in the game is so expensive. Like the Gamma Dapper Emerald M9 bayonet is now on CS Money for €9,362. That's more than quarter of my annual salary. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me that there's, like, friends of mine wouldn't spend €20 on a Dragon Lore if they were offered it, because they don't believe in spending money on skins. Whereas someone like me who does, I genuinely, I'm just an average gamer trying to play and enjoy the game, but I can't have the best things in the game that I'm willing to spend money on. So I don't really enjoy the whole loot box and rarity of the skins, because, you know, why shouldn't I have a nice pair of gloves and a nice knife? That's one thing that really annoys me about this game. You're always left wanting, unless you want to, you know, you can say to yourself, like I've done it a few times, buy like 100 cases and open them, and it costs you a few €100 and you might get nothing. And I'll be perfectly honest, I've done it twice. I've unboxed 100 cases twice and wasted €200 on absolute dirt, not even anything worthwhile in any of the cases. So that's just one thing about the game that really gets at me. Like, you know, it's kind of like the gambling mentality where you're always wanting. You win a bet and you want to win more, and it's just that kind of a feeling you get from the game sometimes, which I think is very bad from their perspective, from Valve's perspective. I don't understand how corporations can get away with having gambling in their games. You know, you can spice it up or spruce it up whatever way you want, but that's basically what it is. Anyone who has gambling tendencies is affected by this, and especially young kids who parents don't even know what they're doing on the game could start spending money and stuff like that on open cases, and it's just an addiction. Like, and everybody wants the rare things, so there's always that little chance that's in the back of your mind saying maybe I will unbox it. There's more chance of winning the lottery, it feels like, when you're unboxing cases. Like, so to conclude on CSGO Skins, they've made items so rare that you want it bad enough that you could go down a rabbit hole of gambling and trying to get something that you're probably never going to get, and it's just not a good way to have a game. I think it's not a positive part of the game, in my opinion, and it can definitely affect people. And everyone wants it, but no one can have it. And, you know, some people have to settle for rust coat butt plugs as knives, and they're just the standard knives, you know. And even the normal knives, you have to be spending at least €200 on, you know. So it's just one of the things in the game that really just I don't like. And you can say things like, I knew the consequences and, you know, they didn't force me, but it's still wrong. I just believe it. There's something not right about it, like, you know, always. Even though it's still my choice, it's wrong to have it in the game, I think. And there's another thing as well, just a complete side note, was a lot of CSGO content creators would be influencing audiences to use CSGO gambling websites. Like, I've never even used them, but it's worse probably than opening cases because it's just gambling. Like, it's very bad form, in my opinion, for CSGO creators to be promoting CSGO gambling websites. And let's just contrast over then to Valorant Skins. Valorant have done it right for the most part, in my opinion. You know, these skins, all they do is affect my wallet. At least I know what I'm getting, and I know what I can get for the money, you know. You know, if I want the Prime Vandal in Valorant, it costs me around €17. Then I use Radianite to upgrade. Radianite pricing is outrageous, but there is a way around it, and that's just pay a tenner for the battle pass and play through the game, and you'll get plenty of Radianite for the weapons that you buy. Riot have done that in a way, so basically you can get Radianite for cheap enough, but you just have to be playing the game consistently. So I let Riot away with that one. Obviously the skins don't have the rarity and stuff that comes with CSGO. Obviously that's a cool thing. Like, if you do have something in CSGO that's worth money and is rare, it is a bit of a flex and stuff, but at least in Valorant everyone can have what they want and, you know, enjoy it. So now just the contrast over to CS and Valorant combined. You know, I'll discuss two of them separately, but this is kind of a similar point I'm trying to make on both of these. So just to set the scene, like, CS and Valorant are similar in ways. Like, their core gameplay is 5v5. One team plants the bomb and the other team has to defend the site from a bomb plant. The team switch halfway through. CS is first 16 rounds and Valorant is first 13 rounds. And actually, somehow all my Valorant matches feel way longer than my CS matches, even though CS matches you have to win 3 more rounds to win. Do you get that feeling, anybody? Anyway, So yeah, for CS, everyone has the same utility, which is something I like. And in Valorant, each agent has their own abilities, which are used to help the teams in different ways. So obviously in both games you need to win to increase and improve your rank. In my opinion, the ranks in CSGO sound way cooler. Valorant are very basic, just gold, bronze and silver and all that crap. Obviously you know by now that I'm down around the gold. I'm not up in radiant and stuff like that, but anyway. That's personal preference. But okay, I'll start with CSGO. So what about the ranked experience in CSGO annoys me, gets to me sometimes. Firstly, anyway, I think the ability to kick a player is a joke. It's great for trolls. On the flip side, though, it's not good for new players. As someone who started CSGO late, I was kicked a few times at the beginning because I had just started PC gaming actually, and I was getting in CSGO, and it gave me a negative feeling straight away about the game. Like I didn't get a chance to even settle in because I was just being kicked. I was no good. Didn't know anything about spray patterns or anything, even though I would have been on YouTube and stuff looking at videos before I started to play. So yeah, I think that's a bad thing. Now I know the removal of bots is a plus for that, so people aren't going to be doing it so they can have a bot anymore, which is definitely going to help that out. So that has kind of been solved in a way. But cheaters is the second point. For a game with such ridiculous skin prices and like underhanded ways to get you to spend money, you'd think to have the game better you'd think to be a better way to detect cheaters. The VAC system obviously doesn't work because every 5 games I definitely come up against a cheater. I feel like I'm reporting someone every 5 games. And I'm not a sour person. I'm not going to report someone just because they're really good and they're annoying me or whatever. If I feel that there's a possibility they're cheating, I'll report them, Why cheaters is such a problem is because you have to win to rank up. So if you're losing games and you're winning and losing, like you're just consistently staying at the same level. And if you're someone like me who's trying to focus and trying to improve, trying to rank up, it's so annoying when you're constantly losing to cheaters or stuff like that, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're kind of stuck. But obviously you can still enjoy the game, but it's very hot and cold. Like some days I have a great day and I close the game down and I'm delighted and I love it. And other days I want to throw my PC screen at the window, out the window. It's a very inconsistent feeling I get from this game, and it's the same with Valorant in a way, but I'll get to Valorant now in a minute. But it's one thing with CSGO you have to accept is that you're going to come up against cheaters. There's also the option of going to play Faceit, but should I pay the subscription to play a game? I know there's 128 tick servers. I don't think I'm at the level yet where I should be playing Faceit because I just want to play a matchmaking for another while. I wouldn't mind paying for Faceit at all if I knew the experience was much better. But all in all, like consistently getting your arse handed to you by cheaters is demotivating, and it can really mess with your mental health when you're trying to rank up. Look, I know some people don't take these games as serious as others. I do try my best to kind of rank up and stuff, and it's just irritating when you're spending so much time on a game and you have something like that just shooting you in the face every time. A cheater shooting you through a wall or whatever, and you think some of the responsibility would lie on Valve for that, but they don't really care. All they're happy about is making battle passes and skins for people to spend more money on. I suppose they're a business, but be nice to see them input some 128 tick servers and stuff. But anyways, we'll worry about that another time. Toxicity is my third point on CSGO. So there's lots of toxic people on CSGO. I started playing with Valorant actually, would you believe? As you can see, my channel is called Paddy Valorant Man. I started playing Valorant when I started playing PC, and I loved it. And I tried CSGO but kept getting kicked, so I just said, I'll just stick with Valorant. And when I got better at Valorant, then I moved over to CS, and now I play both, and my favourite changes on a daily basis, to be honest. There's lots of toxic players on CSGO. It seems like there's more than there is on Valorant for some reason. And apparently the EU is more toxic than the US. I saw a video from Ned King actually recently enough where he joined the US server with high ping just to see what it was like to play with Americans, and he said the experience was very positive, so maybe it is just EU. I'm not sure about that now. Yeah, and there's been a lot of games where there's trollers in the game too. Like 2 friends are in it, and and they're kind of just throwing things at you and not playing the game, just messing, think they're funny, and you can't kick them because one of them keeps voting no and stuff like that. And there's just games where you feel like just throwing the PC out the window. It just really ruins the experience for people. And I suppose that's one positive about the kicking option, but obviously people know that, and when they're doing it, they always queue up with a friend to kind of stop them from being kicked and stuff. Yeah, so just to conclude on CSGO, it's hard to believe how rare it is that you meet a friendly team. And you know, it's that clip I showed you at the beginning, that was a great game because all the guys on my team were really friendly, and you know, we won at something like 16-11 or something like that, and you know, we lost rounds and won rounds, but still everyone was positive. It's nice to kind of experience a game like that with good guys and nice people, and people not being toxic, you know. I know there's plenty of them out there, but I suppose there seems to be way more toxic people. Yeah, so I'm just going to transition over now to Valorant ranking system. And, you know, so same idea as CSGO, keep winning to rank up. In Valorant, there's episodes then, in each episodes there are acts, and in each act brings a new content and a battle pass. And every time there seems to be a new battle pass, there is a rank reset. So episode 2 just begun, episode 2, act 1. With my rank reset, to play 5 placement matches for my new rank. So I went from gold 3 to silver 1. So again, I had to grind from silver the whole way up to gold again. These rank resets really pissed me off. Like, at least in CSGO, your rank stays the same all the time, and it doesn't change. You know, it changes as you play, but there's nothing else changing it for you. You know, the Valve don't decide to reset ranks, and you know, I've had this argument with people before. People say that, oh, it happens with most competitive games, a rank reset and stuff, but it's very frustrating when you're at my level and you're not up at the Radiants and Immortals in Valorant, like, where you're, I don't know, you seem to be, just everything seems to go right for them people. I don't know how you can get to that rank, to be honest, because constantly coming back down to silver every act, yeah, it's just frustrating, you know, grinding and then having to do it again, and it feels like you just keep making the same progress and then being brought back down. And it's a bit of a disaster now, to be honest. What's the point of me grinding to be demoted? It's just something that frustrates me about Valorant. You know, it might be easy for certain players who we're not all gifted gamers and professional gamers that can pop off, but it frustrates me. And also, guys, I'm so unlucky in my placement matches. Every time they're an absolute disaster. Like, every time I have placement matches, my teammates don't even try, and they're just useless, and it's so fucking frustrating. Pardon my French there. So my teams don't coordinate, they don't talk on my placement matches, and then after my placement matches, everything seems to be fine. So let me know what your experience is of this, guys, because you know, let's say I would consider myself a gold player. I've always been kind of hovering gold 2, gold 3. I don't think I've ever got up to platinum. I got to gold 3 a few times and kept getting demoted. But let me know what your experience is with the rank reset. You know, do you agree with it? I don't particularly love it now myself. So after hearing all this, you're probably wondering why I like these games so much, you know. I'm after doing so much complaining about every aspect of them. But I like the idea of these games, and I like what the experience is supposed to be like. I like the idea that you actually have to improve to rank up. You know, unlike Call of Duty, I played Call of Duty since COD 4 on PlayStation. Before I moved to PC, I was playing Call of Duty, and your rank increases just as you play. You know, it doesn't matter if you have bad game, you're still increasing rank. It's just all about time played, really. I like the idea of competitive game, learning spray patterns. Now I know that's only CSGO. I'd love if Valorant would change to spray patterns that we can learn. Increase in game sense, just trying to overall improve in the game. I think it's a great idea. But the thing is, these things aren't perfect because there's so many variables. And I know some of them are out of people's control, so the point I'm trying to get across is that you should not take these games too seriously. I've learned that myself. Unless you're going to think you're going to be a professional gamer or something, relax, enjoy the games, and if you lose, you lose. What about it? If you win, you win. You know, you can still play matches and try and rank up, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world. You know, what exactly are you going to get from being global elite or radiant? Bragging rights. That's about it, really. I have no friends who play on PC, so I can't actually brag to anybody. And all my friends play console and Call of Duty, so so I wouldn't even have bragging rights if I did get the global elite or radiant. My intention from this video was just to kind of let people know, you know, how I feel, and I'd like to kind of know how everyone else feels about this, how you feel about these kind of points in the game, and you know, does it affect you? I suppose I do kind of put my all into everything I do, and even when I'm gaming, I try my best, and you know, I try to improve all aspects of the game, really. And you know, just things like this do affect me sometimes. Sometimes you can just put down, leave the game and say to yourself, why am I even bothering playing this? It's just wrecking my head so much. You know, when you get hammered 13-5 13-1 in Valorant or 16-5 or something like that in CSGO, like, you know. So don't worry so much about the details at the end, because they don't matter. Like, just enjoy it and don't fall to the trap of wasting your hard-earned money on CSGO cases, because guys, trust me, like, the chance of that is just very little. And if you want CSGO skins, literally save your money and buy them. That's my advice to you. I've done it for most of my skins, and I actually have a pair of gloves now. I sold my knife to get gloves, and now I am saving for a flip knife, Tiger Tooth for T-side, and M9 Tiger Tooth for CT. So that's my dream setup, nearly complete. I have a yellow CSGO loadout. If you'd like to see that, let me know, because I'm loving CSGO, even though it has so many flaws. Anyway, guys, stay positive, be nice to your teammates, and be supportive, because you don't know how someone else's day has been in these games and what they're going through in their life. So, you know, be something positive. And, you know, anytime I've ever had positive players in my team, I commend them. And I always kind of say, you know, fair play to these people being nice, because most people are not in this game. So, you know, be the nice person that someone might be thankful for. And anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Take it easy, guys. Good luck.
Nice.